Can you tell me one thing that you have learned as a busker, maybe that other people wouldn't know, maybe that you feel that you discovered about watching people maybe
about
go
people? I think the psychology of a busking audience is really interesting. For example, you'll be playing there and no one will stop for half an hour and you'll think, what am I doing wrong? You know, I'm playing. Then 5 people will stop, and as soon as 5 people stop, everyone comes over, you know? And so then you have a big crowd and they're all kind of standing there and they're watching. No one's buying CDs, they're kind of looking at the CD. One person goes over and buys a CD, they all come and buy a CD. It's really fascinating to watch sort of humans at work, you know?
Yeah, they look at each other maybe before taking a...
Yeah.
Yeah, is there one song about you, maybe on this record that you share a personal story with? Because there were a few ones that I think were about love or relations. And yeah, is that true? Maybe I was looking at the song Keep On Walking and Patient Love. Is that about you?
Yeah, Patient Love, certainly. I went through a kind of a weird relationship breakup, get back together thing. And it was just a fairly straightforward song about that, you know, waiting for someone even though it might be a stupid idea. But Circles is another song on that album which I wrote about my best friend since we've been babies, you know. And we don't really see each other much anymore, but it was quite a special song for me to communicate, you know, my feelings towards him. And
has he reacted? Has he heard it? And does he know it's about him?
I don't even know he knows. I don't think he knows. I haven't told him that it's about him.
Is the last time you spoke to him?
About 3 months ago. He's in Australia now, so I don't get the chance to see him much. But when I'm over there next year, I'll catch up with him. Maybe I'll tell him then.
Yeah, yes, maybe, or if he didn't find out himself, maybe. Yeah. Now the number one hit, at least here in the Netherlands, and also I think it's doing well in other countries. Is that maybe did you have the expectation that particularly this song would do so well?
I thought this song was, when I wrote it, I was like, yeah, this has got something to it. But I've thought that about other songs in my career, and nothing happened with them. So again, kind of going back to expectations, you stop having them. You stop thinking that it's possible that a song of yours is going to get picked up, because you're so used to songs getting rejected by radio stations, or I certainly am, that you kind of forget that it's possible. So this whole thing in the Netherlands has been mind-blowing and so quick. You know, within 3 weeks, I think it went from being on the radio once to playlisted across all the stations, and you know, 3FM made it their mega hit and all this kind of stuff. And just every day there was more crazy news coming from Holland, and it's just wonderful, you know. It's amazing.
All the little lights became big light, maybe.
All the big lights, yeah,
big
exactly.
Lights suddenly. Yeah, because maybe for people who don't know, but can you maybe describe a little bit what is the idea for you behind the album title?
So yeah, the album is called All the Little Lights, and there's a song on the album called All the Little Lights, and the basic idea is that the chorus, it says, we're born with millions of little lights shining in our hearts, and they die along the way. One lights up every time you feel love, and one dies when it goes away, you know. So it's that idea of, I don't know, every time something terrible happens, one of these little lights goes out, and every time something lovely happens, one goes up. And I guess in the end, they all go out when you die. It's kind of weird idea. But
it's nice, but when did you come up with this idea?
I don't know, I just wrote the song in Perth, in Australia, a couple of years ago. And I just thought it was a nice title for an album. And, you know, I had a vision for the artwork, how you could, you know, kind of spin that around the title. So, yeah, I'm really happy with it, with how it all kind of looks visually and how it turned out.
Really nice. Thank you very much for your time.
No problem.